MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They go play action with McDonald. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Here's McDonald to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
Airing this one out for Evans. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How
about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
A first down carry for Barkley. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Barkley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. Here's McDonald off of the play fake. And Ingram holds it in. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
On first down, McFarland. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
And this is something you don't see too much of. Fullbacks trying to stretch the field. But he does a nice job there getting lost out in space and comes up with a really nice gain.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On first down, Barkley, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes. Stack.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. The big fella. Past the 20. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. McFarland. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run with McFarland. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Anthony McFarland, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Touchdown, Falcons! Foster Moreau, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Throwing is McDonald. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Punter Sterling Hofrichter out now on fourth down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll set up to throw. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. McDonald. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. McDonald sets to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Throwing on 1st down. McDonald gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice game.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's McDonald. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 40 seconds to go, that's, you'd think, time enough to try to mount a drive should they decide to do so. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Catch made. It's Moreau. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Second and 15. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, He's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
He finds his man, complete. That's Palmer. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
At the 8-yard line.
To throw on second down, McDonald. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end, and able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Here we go. 47 to Mike, boys. 48.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They go play action with McDonald. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Here's McDonald to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
47's the Mike. 47's the Mike.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On 1st and 10, McDonald. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, McDonald. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Carlson able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
2nd down and inches. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Barkley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. It's McDonald. Airing this one out for Evans. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Mike Evans. with his second touchdown of the night. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll find Moreau here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And, partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there and end up making the play.
Second and 14. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
Throwing is McDonald. Finds his tight end Ingram. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
McDonald sets to throw.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting them.
Touchdown! It's caught at the 1. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
McFarland once more.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw.
Able to hook up here with Ridley.
And some room to roam now. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
They'll run with McFarland.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Again, McFarland.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Za'Darius Smith. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's McDonald off of the play fake. Connects with Slayton. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. From the gun, it's McDonald. He finds his man, complete. It's Day, and he'll manage to get out of bounds. It's a 1st down, and the clock stops with just over 20 seconds to play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. McDonald. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, McDonald. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, That gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Second and 3. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're